Hello, Guiding Bolt fans. Ron here. Jessica and I decided to buy kayaks this year, and we bought this IKURAM kayak holder. I'm going to show you how to put it together and mount it to your car because the instructions are the worst. I don't know if you can see these, but this is the instructions. It is not clear at all on what you're supposed to be doing. So
putting together the two J-style crossbars for carrying your kayaks is a simple process. In a nutshell, you're going to flip this lever down, which loosens up the mechanism here, allowing you to slide the second arm into the whole unit. You're then going to take this metal plate, mount it on top. You're going to put 4 bolts in, 2 on either side of the middle bar. Now, this is the setup for carrying 2 smaller kayaks. If you plan to carry a single larger kayak, single canoe, or a stand-up paddleboard, you will insert that rubber washer right in the middle here, if that is the setup you're planning to go with. Once you have those bolts tightened in underneath here, you're going to bring it out and mount it up on top of the crossbars of your vehicle. You will put 2 bolts here, and then 2 more on the other side in the middle holes. And then this is where you insert that plate that holds it up against the bar underneath here. And we will walk you through that entire process, step-by-step instructions. It's really easy setup, and you'll do it for both pieces included.
first things first, you have this little lever here. This unlocks this mechanism. So you move this up to the upright position. This is how, if you have 2 kayaks, it's going to mount one on each side. You'll also need to open that up because the second piece here has to get inside here, and if you don't have that movement, they don't want to line up. As you can tell, this was very difficult. Come on, get in there. So you'll slide that in piece like that. We have 2 kayaks, so I want this in its upright position, and then you will lock it back in place. Next, you'll take your mounting bracket, or stabilizer as they call it. It's just a heavy piece of plate metal covered in like plastic to prevent sliding around, and it's got the like squares at the top. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these bolts. You have 2 different types. They're pretty much the same length, except for this one has a little spacer. So if you were to use this for one big kayak, you would use the one with the spacer to give this more lift. Since we're doing 2 kayaks, we just want the 1 bolt. You're gonna put your bolts here through each of these top places. If I was doing this smart, I would have had all these ready to go for you. So you slide them all in like that. If you notice they got a square head, they're going to lock in place when you tighten that. Once you're like that, you can just tighten these on like this. Make sure they're good and tight because you want that square head to pull down and lock them in place. So that's how it'll look like. This is what it'll look like when it's complete. It's nice together, screwed. So there's 2 of them you have to put together. So our next step, once we got the plates in place, we're gonna go out. We're gonna put this on top of our rack. I will take you outside and I'll show you how that's done. Alright, gardening bow fans, so what you're going to do is you'll get your rack up here. You're going to drop the bolt through this one, the second hole, middle hole. You move this up here. Whoop. As you can tell, I don't got it mounted yet. Get this side started. And you'll do the same to the other side. Once you got the two sides started on one, you'll go to the other side and you're going to do the same thing. And then you'll tighten, because you want the looseness so you have the ability to move it around so you can get these bolts on in place. You don't want to completely tighten down. Fans, I'm on to the second one. So things I learned from the first one. These plates here, you got to make sure you don't cover these eye holes here. So I preset these in. That was smart. So putting these in on the ground so they're lined up and you just got to come up here and go. That's a lot smarter of a move. And you wanted to make sure this plate doesn't cover these, because I had a cover on the other one. So I've already got the bolts started here. So I feed this through. Once again, we're just getting these started because we're gonna have to measure. So let's see if I can slide her here and get this from this side. Push these up. Alright, guiding bolt fans, so next thing you gotta do is try and get an alignment. So between the racks here, I'm about 41¼ inches. So the center of that, we're gonna want to be around 21 inches. So we're at just about there. So that's close. You just got to get it close. It's important to try and have them line up so that when you pat your axe here, they sit nicely. Once you've got them lined up, all you got to do is crank these up and you're done. When we did the first one, it was almost a two-person job because you're trying to do it at the same time. It does take a little bit of handwork to get these up. Then you just sit and crank these up. Once you got it cranked up, crank on these again too. Make sure everything is nice and tight because you do not want these to come loose. I recommend after your first travel with it, you're going to want to re-tighten everything and make sure that it stays, because if you're hitting bumps and with the wind, it could work its way loose. So otherwise, that's all it takes. We'll do a follow-up video on how to strap them down once we get our kayaks up on here and strap them down. So thank you for watching and have a good day.